Hi there everyone, it's Liesl Smith here and I'm back for the update of our Japan trip. So we have decided this time on our Japan trip that we will be using only public transport, and this is for basically just making our lives easier. That's the reason we chose to not go with renting a car or anything like that. We didn't feel like dealing with the logistics of figuring out how to drive in Japan, and which is expected to be a lot of traffic. So anyway, we decided to go with public transport. So we are going to Osaka and to Okinawa. So Osaka, we've been there many times before in the past, myself and my husband, but we haven't been there with the kids. So we're really excited to take the kids to all these places that we've been. Hello there everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Liesl Smith. I'm an online business creator and a homeschooling mom living in the Netherlands, the expat life. So I'm going to share today about our trip to Japan. So in our preparations for Japan, I right now have to finish off a few things because we're leaving in a few days time and I have to pay. We've made bookings through booking.com, and as you know, on booking.com you can reserve and then pay like basically a week before you leave. So this is where I'm at the point now, is like finalize all our accommodations, check if everything's still fine, double check that where we're staying is actually where we want to be, and definitely what I'm going to be doing as well is looking at the public transport options, just heading over and seeing that I have everything ready, that what I need to have when we arrive in Japan. So as a South African national, I needed a visa to go to Japan, but because I live in the Netherlands, I could do it through the Japanese embassy in the Netherlands and just go there with my South African passport. This was always something that I didn't know how to do once we would be living in the Netherlands, being a South African and not having a Dutch passport. But it was simple. It was just as easy as doing it in South Africa as if I would have been doing it in South Africa. And then, so what I'm going to be doing now is we need to basically figure out the public transport. In Okinawa, it seems a bit more complicated than in Osaka. So in Osaka, I know we'll be able to get around fine with the metros and everything like that. And for that, we'll buy our passes, like actual physical cards that you can upload credit on to on the airport. We'll buy them at the airport. It's called the Pasmo Pass or the Suico Pass. There are a lot of YouTube videos on these. And we'll buy those, like 4 of them on the airport. We don't want to use our phones because you do get digital ones, but we're not going to be using our phones for that. Like my kids don't have phones. And then what we'll also be doing on the airport is we'll be drawing cash, like get some Japanese yen in our pockets, and we'll also go straight away to the 7-Eleven to buy some snacks and probably some dinner for when we arrive there in Japan. So I think we arrive at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And from the airport to our first hotel in Japan, it's actually like a 45-minute train ride. So we will definitely need snacks for that, just to get the energy levels up. So another thing that I always like to prepare beforehand, before we go on trips, is of course like our kind of first aid. Like we like to use natural products. I don't like to use pharmaceuticals much, and I like to be prepared. So what I usually pack is vitamin C, quercetin, and zinc. This is the quercetin we normally use. I probably won't take this whole big bottle. I'll probably just take some out because this is 240 tabs in here, and I'll just take some out. Like quercetin is like a really good like replacement for antihistamines and stuff like that, but it's also really good when you get a cold, combined with the zinc and the vitamin C. And what often happens with us, like after flying and stuff, is, you know, like being in the plane, maybe with all the other people or something, like we do get sometimes a bit of a cold when we arrive in a new place. Another thing I like to use for this is the essential oils, the one called OnGuard from Doterra, but it's basically like a thieves oil combination that also works really well for us as a family, like to boost the immunity. And then another oil, like I have a whole box of oils. I love my oils. That I do like to use is DigestZen. So DigestZen, like the name says, is really good for digest problems. Like if you've got stomach aches or pains, or like you just ate something wrong or things like that. But a secret one that I use it for is like on my sinuses here. Like if I have like postnasal drip, or something like that, I put a bit of DigestZen like right here on my sinuses and on my throat, and it takes it away straight away, like clears my sinuses so I can sleep and breathe in the night and stuff if I have a blocked nose. And then the third thing that I take with like in my different categories is the Healy, the frequency device. Like I rely on it so much, like really, like it is my go-to first thing for if anybody's feeling unwell is frequencies. And these frequencies have got like the Sushi salts, it's got everything in them. Like I'm not going to go into that now, but like it's really got everything in it. And then another thing that I'm going to be doing today, after finishing off paying for the hotels and looking at before we leave even here from Amsterdam, we have to do a security. You can book like tickets with a security in Amsterdam to be able to get like a ticket, like a fast track ticket through the security. So we'll be doing that as well. So I'm going to also book that today. What I've also done already is like we are flying with Emirates, and it's super long flights from here to Dubai, and then from Dubai onwards to Osaka International. So what we've done is for our layover in Dubai, we've booked the lounge. We've calculated, in the end of the day, a lounge might sound expensive, but it's actually really worth it all, because you get food included, you get drinks included, like unlimited, in the price of the lounge, and you have a safe space to rest. You've got Wi-Fi, you can put your feet up. You can even have a shower if you want to. And so we really find that actually saves us a lot of hassle on the airport, is just to go into a lounge, because like otherwise you're wandering around the airport, you're still spending money on food and drinks, and you can hardly ever find a comfortable place to sit and rest for so many hours. Like we'll have a 3-hour layover. So we really find the lounge is worth it. So we've booked the lounge there. And then the next thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to look at Gluten-Free Japan Facebook group. So actually, I don't know if I mentioned this, we're going to Osaka first and then to Okinawa. So, and then back to Osaka. So mainly in Osaka, I'm going to be looking for some gluten-free places like around the areas where we'll be staying beforehand, so that just when we know when we get there, like places that we can go. My husband is gluten intolerant. He's not a celiac or anything, but like soy sauce and noodles he can't eat when we're in Japan. So I really need to be prepared and have those things sorted out for him, like know of places to go, because he is one of those people that get hangry, hungry when they're angry, or angry when they're hungry. Sorry, that's the way around. So we call it hangry in our house. And so I need to know that. But a lifesaver in Japan for this is the onigiri, the rice rolls that you buy at this. They sell them at the 7-Eleven. My kids love them, my husband loves them, and it's like a real easy packed lunch. So yeah, when we're in Osaka, we'll be visiting Universal Studios, and for that we've had to buy our tickets months in advance. We also wanted the express pass, because there's no way that we're going to be standing in lines all day. Like that way our kids will not enjoy it at all. So we've made a choice, like this is a once in a lifetime experience. We're going to invest and make it a good experience by buying the express tickets. So that means you don't have to wait in the long lines, you get to skip the lines. The express tickets cost more than the entry ticket into the park, which, yeah, it sounds like a lot, but it's going to make it really worthwhile. We've done this before with Legoland in Denmark, and it was the best thing we could have ever done. We didn't buy them on beforehand. We bought them when we were in the park and we saw how long the lines were, and we just decided, okay, let's just do it, buy the express tickets. And what happened is, on that first day that we were in the park, we got to go on all the rides, and then the next day my son got sick, so we couldn't go back to the park, and we had a 2 days ticket. So it just goes to show, and we've done this again, like this time for Universal Studios. We've bought a 1.5 day ticket. So the first day we'll get to go into the park at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, which we are thinking by that time of the day it won't be that busy anymore. We won't have to wait in line to get in the park, and we can go in, explore everything, check around, and then the next day we'll have the express pass, get there early in the morning, know where to go and know what we want to do, and then go on all the rides that we want to go. Like, you can't even get into the Nintendo World section at Universal Studios without the Express Pass. So that is sorted. We've bought those tickets already. Like I said, we had to buy them a month in advance already just to be able to get the time slot. So we've had to, like, now a month ago, decide what day we're going to go to Universal Studios, which was quite a lot of pressure. So I hope we're all going to be healthy and not overwhelmed or sick or not feeling well. And then, like I said, gluten-free Japan Facebook group. Got to do my homework on there. We'll probably go to the Osaka Aquarium, most likely, because it's an amazing aquarium with the whale shark in it. And then probably make a trip to Kyoto and some temples and surrounding areas. Probably take the bullet train to Kyoto just to have the whole bullet train experience again. We did that also in 2019 in Tokyo, and it was absolutely amazing. It's an experience that the kids will always remember and love, so we find it really worth it to do that. So yeah, that's my update about what we're going to be doing in Japan. Like, if anybody wants any info for if they do a Japan trip, like, feel free to reach out, you know, like, I don't mind sharing, like, all my resources and references. There are probably too many to, like, remember and mention all in this one video, but I hope I've managed to help you a bit. And then one other thing that I do want to mention is that we're going to visit the Kura sushi restaurant. And this is one of the sushi track restaurants that we actually went there as well when we were in Tokyo. And it's like the cheapest sushi in Japan. And it's like all automated and robot, and it just comes around on a track. So it's a really fun experience as well. So wishing you all a fabulous day, fabulous weekend, and I'll see you again on the other side.